Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Dreams Unveiled. I am here with Bill, who bears no introduction.
Hello.
Today, we will be talking about somebody's dream, and this is probably going to be the shortest dream I think that we've ever had on here. The interesting thing about this dream is that it probably is 10 seconds long, but there was a whole lot in it. And I think it's really an important thing to share a dream that shows that even these little blips of dreams, even if you remember this little fragment, or even if your whole dream is the size of a fragment, it may be very useful to you. Don't discount the short dreams.
It's like a dream I had last night where I jumped into the water feet first, and I was under the water for a while, and then I took a breath and I was able to breathe, and I knew that I was dreaming.
The lucid short dream.
Yeah.
All about your emotions.
Yeah.
You dream a lot about emotions, Bill. Water.
We'll cut that out.
So here is the dream that was shared with me by Tommy. It's a very simple dream. I'll share the dream first, and then I'll share what we've learned about Tommy and what this dream probably means. Tommy was walking in a city, small city, and he was carrying a brick of money walking down the street. That's the whole dream. He did indicate that he felt good that he had the money, but that there really didn't seem to be any significant feelings identified in the dream or anything. It probably was too brief, but that really was the dream. Have you ever had a dream that short?
I probably have a lot of dreams that short that I don't remember. And if you guys are seeing movements, we got in here and we've been gone for a while, and the cat and the dog are both interested in being with us in every way possible.
Yes. And if the other cat liked the dog better, she'd be in here too. So that is the whole dream. And it could mean many different things. So let's take a look at what some of those possible meanings are, and then I'll share a little bit about some of the things that Tommy is going through and dealing with. We could probably have some really great perspective. I suspect after a while anybody can really see that connection between our dreams and our waking life. First, we can look at this big brick of money that he's carrying a lot of money. What would that mean? That could mean success and prosperity. It could mean opportunity. It could mean carrying a burden or having anxiety about a burden that he's carrying. So any of those things would make sense to you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now we're going to look at what's going on in his life. In the last few months, he recently made a move out of state. He's a musician and had an opportunity with a former bandmate, and so he moved. He is working on music and pretty happy about that, but he's also living with other people and hasn't found a job yet, or is having difficulties contributing to the well-being of the household. So all of that's going on. But the band opportunity exists greatly, and I think there's that feeling of really having a fresh start. Although it's been quite a big adjustment, and I'm not sure that this individual has ever made such a substantial move like this. So all of those things are going on. I think there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure to perform. There's a lot of pressure not to fail. There's a lot of pressure to step up and really, contribute. So all of those things are going on. With that information, we can actually look at that dream pretty objectively. Well, that would really be subjectively. So what do you think, knowing everything I just said, what do you think would be the most pervasive?
I would say that maybe he needs money to be able to live where he's at, and walking down the street with a brick of money would give him freedom to do what he needs to do while he's there.
I would say absolutely, which would indicate that even though in the dream he was glad he had the money, that the money may have been representing to him something that he didn't have, something that he really needed. And that would make a lot of sense. I mean, how stressful would that be? I really can't imagine how stressful that would be. It's been a long time since I've been in situations like that. And Zilla's never been in a situation like that. This has been her home. She contributes an occasional bird, mole, or frog. She likes to smack the dog once in a while. Yeah, that's pretty much it. She needs to earn her keep here. I always wonder what she dreams. Back to the dream, the 10-second dream. Walking down a city street, which, by the way, would represent...
How do you know it was a 10-second dream? Maybe he was walking for a long time in a dream.
He may have been, but the sense he had was that this was a very brief dream. It's really kind of hard to tell how time works in dreams. But I think the cityscape was important because it represents the change in his life, the new living situation, the new move. I think that's why it was represented that way. I also think that he has a need for money, and really, if he is unsuccessful at getting work or really making things work there, then he's faced with failure and possibly having to return to his home. I think that would be a real big stress. That is quite a burden to carry. To feel that all eyes are on you while you're making a change like that. Have you ever had an experience like that?
I'm not where I moved out of state with no job and trying to get into a band or something like that, no. But I do have regular things where I need to figure out how I'm going to survive.
In a nutshell, we have this dream. The dream represents the potential for great success and prosperity. The dream represents great stress and carrying a very big burden, not wanting to let the people down that are helping him out, not wanting to let himself down, really knowing that he's got this. I think that's a big deal. The dream also represents potential, his own feelings of self-worth, confidence. Can he do it? All of that. And I really wanted to do this dream because I think, like I said, people discount the importance of these little quick dreams. I mean, this dream had multiple meanings for the money. In some ways it's lack, in some ways it's potential opportunity and growth. It's emotional. It's about where he's at, success versus failure. There's many meanings to this. Confidence, self-esteem, many meanings. And I think we saw that when we were talking about a recent dream. I can't remember which episode it was, where it was, the last episode that we did, where it was really clear that there were multiple meanings to some of the imagery in the dream. I mean, our minds are really quite fascinating. very efficient when your mind can provide multiple meanings in one dream environment or dreamscape that is relevant for whatever is going on. I do want to share this just as an end. Dream research continues to grow, and some recent research suggests that eating cheese before bed may help to induce nightmares. Have any thoughts on that?
I'm not eating cheese tonight.
I haven't looked at the research, but it's compelling just by the topics. That concludes the episode this morning. And although there was a lot of meaning, there wasn't much dream to discuss. So thank you, Bill, for hanging out with me. Everybody, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you have sweet dreams tonight.
Like and subscribe.